Morgen, Jahr 9. Unser Titel heute ist das Stuttgart-Spiel. To start, I'd like you to fill in the vocab grid below, using the options in blue to help you translate the German into English. I'd like you to pause the video now to enable you to have time to do this. Eine Bootsfahrt machen. To go on a boat trip. Ins Kino gehen. To go to the cinema. Ein Eis essen. To eat an ice cream. Ein Konzert sehen. To watch a concert. Skateboard fahren. To go skateboarding. In die Stadt fahren. To go into town. Ein Fußballspiel sehen. To watch a football match. Geschenke kaufen, to buy presents. Einen Milchshake trinken, to drink a milkshake. Kuchen essen, to eat cake. Im Park spazieren gehen, to go for a walk in the park. Postkarten kaufen, to buy postcards. Today's title is Das Stuttgart-Spiel, and normally in class we'd be playing a game in German, but today we're going to cover the vocab and talk about the past, present and future. So, we're going to begin with the key vocabulary for today. I'd like you to repeat after me as I read the German for you. Eine Bootsfahrt machen. Ins Kino gehen. Ein Eis essen. Ein Konzert sehen. Skateboard fahren. In die Stadt fahren. Ein Fußballspiel sehen. Geschenke kaufen. Einen Milchshake trinken. Kuchen essen. Im Park spazieren gehen. Postkarten kaufen. We're now going to focus on grammar. Today we're going to be looking at the past, present and future tenses. And if you've forgotten how to form these, you may wish to visit the previous video where we went through that. So we have the perfect tense describing an action in the past, the present tense describing an action in the present, and the future describing an action in the future. So the perfect tense is formed with the subject, the auxiliary verb and the past participle. An example would be, Ich habe Postkarten gekauft. What might this mean? Correct. I bought postcards, or literally, I have postcards bought. Or another example could be, Ich bin Skateboard gefahren. What would this mean? Genau, I went skateboarding. Now, why has the auxiliary verb changed here? Fantastic, it's because there's movement involved. Very good. Okay, so the present tense is formed with the subject and the verb in the present tense. For instance, ich kaufe Postkarten. I buy postcards. Or ich fahre Skateboard. I go skateboarding. The future tense is formed with the subject, the part of werden and the infinitive. For instance, ich werde Postkarten kaufen. I will buy postcards. Or Ich werde Skateboard fahren. I will go skateboarding. This table shows the phrases from the starter exercise in the perfect tense, the present tense, and the future tense. I'd like you to use this table to translate the following 8 sentences. I'd like you to pause the video now to enable you to have time to do that.
1.
ins Kino gehen. 2. Ich bin Skateboard gefahren. 3. Ich werde Kuchen essen. 4. Einen Milchshake trinken. 5. Ich habe ein Eis gegessen. 6. Ich habe Geschenke gekauft. 7. Ein Konzert sehen. 8. Ich werde ein Fußballspiel sehen. We now have a text from Stefan, who lives in Stuttgart. He says, Hallo, ich heiße Stefan und ich bin 14 Jahre alt und ich wohne in Stuttgart. Letztes Wochenende bin ich in die Stadt gefahren und ich bin mit meinen Freunden Skateboard gefahren. Das hat viel Spaß gemacht. Danach sind wir ins Kino gegangen und ich habe ein Eis gegessen. Ich bin ein großer Fußballfan und meine Lieblingsmannschaft ist Stuttgart. Nächstes Wochenende werde ich ein Fußballspiel sehen. Stuttgart gegen Borussia Dortmund. Ich freue mich darauf. Now, rather than sending in your translation today, we're going to translate the text together. I'd like you in your books to try and translate Stefan's text into English. And if you get stuck on any words or phrases, please go on dicht.cc to help you. I'd like you to pause the video now to give you time to do that. Okay, I'm now going to go through the answers to that translation. Hello, my name is Stefan and I'm 14 years old and I live in Stuttgart. Last weekend, I went into town and I went skateboarding with my friends. That was very fun. Then we went to the cinema and I ate an ice cream. I'm a big football fan and my favourite team is Stuttgart. Next weekend, I will watch a football match. Stuttgart against Borussia Dortmund. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, thank you very much for completing that lesson. I hope you're all well. Auf Wiedersehen!